Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. Today we are doing something a little different. We are showing you the top 10 wishlist cards for this new set here. This new set obviously is the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Every video that you see in this series is going to go over what I think are the top 10 cards that you'll be wanting to collect for each of the rarities. So I've already put out the uncommons and commons, right? This one will be for what I think are the top 10 rare cards in this new set, this Lost Caverns of Ixalan. All right, so let's get started. Here's the first one that I really like, Galta Stampede Tyrant. You can see here he's kind of on the expensive side, right? That 24, that's no joke, that's expensive, no way around it. 1515 is nice. Here's what I really like about him. It says here you can convert 15 gems to green just by getting him into play. I think this is a good investment, right? You're gonna pay 24 with the hope that you're gonna convert these 15 gems, and the 15 gems is gonna be able to get you back 24 plus extra. I'd say that's a good bet. I think if you use it with a good planeswalker that's got a good green mana bonus, you're gonna be able to pay this 24 and you're gonna be able to make more than 24 mana back. You may be even able to pay off the rest of what's in your hand, basically, right? Kind of depends on how expensive things are in your hand, how much you got, what kind of mana bonus and all of that. But you got a good chance here. I think this one is also good with some of those cards that will exile a card from your hand or from your battlefield and then bring it right back, right? So you see a few of those. If you use a card like that with Galta here, you'll just be able to convert 15 green mana without having to repay this 24 every single time. I kind of see myself using Galta in that way. You're going to be able to convert a lot of gems, and hopefully that's going to give you an advantage that you can use to win games. Okay. Here's the next one, Corpse of the Lost. I do like this one here. It's a support card, it's an enchantment. It says when this support enters the board, create 3 skeleton pirate tokens. When a non-token creature you control dies or loses a reinforcement, create a skeleton pirate token. At the end of your turn, if you descend this turn, create X skeleton pirate tokens. X is the number of skeleton cards you control, including their reinforcements. Okay, so if you're kind of reading this card, you're looking at it and you're saying, wow, you know what? This has the potential to put down a ton of those skeleton pirates. I do think so. I agree with you there if that's what you're thinking. Take a look here at what the pirate token looks like. It's got 2 for the attack, so you put down enough of these, they're going to get big quickly. It's going to be a card that you can definitely revolve entire decks around, all right? So I would say take a look at this one. It's a good card here. Here's the next one, Anim Pakal, 1000th Moon. This one I really like. It says here, when this creature attacks, this creature gets +1/+1. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, create X gnome tokens. X is the power of this creature. Alright, so you can see what a gnome token is. It's not super crazy, but you can definitely use this card in a way that's going to help you to win games. What I would do is buff this guy up, make him real strong, and then of course you're going to get a ton of these gnome tokens, and that's going to win games for you. Okay, here's the next one, Tyion Soul Cleaver. Tyion Soul Cleaver is an artifact equipment. This is a nice card here. It says when a creature or artifact card you control is destroyed or loses a reinforcement, your first creature gets +5/+5. Then your first creature gains vigilance until the end of turn. Or I'm sorry, until the beginning of your next turn. Okay, so I kind of see this card being very useful if you can play a lot of those token artifact cards. So food tokens, gold tokens, even these map tokens that are coming out in this set. You put a lot of them out there, then you're going to be able to hopefully destroy them. Once you destroy them, you're going to get 5/5. So that's pretty awesome. 5/5 for every single one you destroy. Yeah, you can't really beat that. That's a good deal, especially for 8 over here. Yeah, 8's not a lot. All right, here's the next one, Pugnacious Hammer Skull. This is an interesting one. I think it's got some limitations, definitely, but if you are able to use it in a way that is gonna maximize the strengths of this card while minimizing some of the weaknesses, I think you're gonna have a good time. Alright, When this creature attacks, if you control another dinosaur creature, this creature gets +2/+2. Otherwise, this creature gains stun counter 1. Now, as you're reading this with me, you probably can see what I'm referring to as far as the weaknesses, the limitations, and some of the strengths, right? One of the strengths about this card is that it's 8 to cast, so that's not expensive at all. It's going to give you 10/10, that's nice. This could be a card that you play early and you'd have a very, very good advantage, especially if you get another dinosaur down, because you're going to get this buff, +2/+2 every single turn. Now, the limitation obviously is if you don't have another dinosaur down, he's going to get stunned and he's not going to be able to do a whole lot for you. So I would try to put this creature together in a deck that's got a lot of dinosaurs. You can do that and you're going to have an advantage. Here's the next one, Kellen, Daring Traveler. This is a nice one here. Okay, it says when this creature attacks, pick one of the first 4 cards from your library, fetch that card and destroy the others. At the beginning of your turn, create a map token. I was mentioning the map tokens earlier. You can see what they do. My favorite part here is the fact that it's an artifact. It's only got 1 shield, so you can destroy it easily. And you get to explore too when it is destroyed. I really like explore. I'm glad they brought it back. So this is a good front of this card. I do like the back of the card too. Journey on. Create X map tokens. X is the number of artifact supports you control, including the reinforcements. Alright, so you can take a look here. You're going to be able to put down a whole lot of artifact supports, these map tokens. One thing I'd have to ask though is, what is the casting cost? Is the casting cost 0? If the casting cost here is 0, what I'd probably do is just flip it over and use it. Hopefully it's free. I don't know. That could be a typo. Hopefully it's free though. Okay, next card, Deeproot Pilgrimage. This is going to be an interesting one. It says here, when this support enters the board, create a merfolk token. When a merfolk creature you control attacks, create a merfolk token. You can kind of see the deck that this one would be effective in. You could use it as a token deck. You can put this card here with merfolks. What I would probably do, and you'll see a good merfolk coming up. But what I would do is I'd play this in a merfolk deck. You'll try to have 3 merfolk, so maybe 2 merfolk and this one here. And then as you continue your turn, as you continue to play the game, you'll be able to put down a whole lot of these merfolk tokens. Alright, I think this is a really good one here. Speaking of merfolk, Sentinel of the Nameless City is a nice merfolk here. You can read it. It's a merfolk scout or warrior scout. It says when this creature enters the battlefield, reinforce this creature X times. X is the number of artifact cards you control, including the reinforcements. When this creature attacks, create 2 map tokens. Alright, so here's another one. You're going to want to load the board with as many artifacts as you can. If you could go with those artifact tokens, like I said, food, gold, map, all of those. If you can get those down, then play this guy. He's going to be nasty. I do think he's going to be really good, especially with the previous card I was showing. Here's the next one, Abello Ancestral Echo. This one's going to be interesting. I really think that this one has some good potential. Right, it says war, drain 6 mana from your hand. That's of course the cost that your opponent's going to have to pay in order to target this one with a spell. It says when this creature attacks, you may exile another target creature you control. If you do, return the first creature card from your exile into play under your control. Alright, so as I was showing you guys earlier, right, with Galta, Galta could work nicely with this one. This one, of course, you will be able to exile Galta. Galta will come back if it's the first creature card in your exile, and then it's going to be able to load you up with those green convert gems. So that's going to be nice. You can use Galta along here with Abello, and that would be real nice. You kind of would have to set it up and then kind of make sure you don't make any mistakes using it, but it would work out. Okay, here's the last one I want to show. This one I really think is going to be good. Dire Flail. Alright, it's an artifact equipment card. It says craft 1 artifact. At the beginning of your turn, your first creature gets +4/+0 until the beginning of your next turn. When this card is crafted, exile this card and create a Dire Blunderbuss token. Here's what the Dire Blunderbuss does. I do like this part here. I think this is the strength of this card. It says at the beginning of your turn, your first creature gets +6, +0 until the beginning of your next turn. So you got some strength there. And here's the part that I really like. It says when your first creature attacks, deal X damage to target creature. X is the power of your first creature. Alright, so what you could do foreseeably is take a strong creature, alright? That's going to be hopefully your first creature. It's going to be the strongest, hopefully, if you can set it up that way. This will give it a buff, and every time your first creature attacks, it's going to do X damage to another creature. This is going to help you control the board. Hopefully this is going to help you to keep your opponent's creatures off the board, and it's going to do some good things as long as you can set it up and kind of use it that way. Alright, that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share this with your friends, like and subscribe. Those things just really help the channel, and you know, they really do good stuff for us. So please take care of us as we are taking care of you. And yeah, that's it for me. Good gaming, guys.